So there's this Lost Sphere demo, which is the follow-up game from Tokyo RPG Factories, which is basically Square Enix saying, oh, you want old school games? Well, here. They're going to do them all for you. Now, I didn't play I Am Setsuna. I wanted to, it's just 40 bucks is kind of a lot right now. And so, never really got to play it, but I heard okay things about it. However, this one seems to be a bit more interesting with its combat, having the moving around and the abilities that have extra buffs and whatnot, so you can like plan your strategies. Characters who have like cool gimmicks, like this guy with his bits. This chick who can like buff herself. However, in this demo, I guess we're over-leveled because all these fights were way too easy. Like 90% of the enemies went down in one hit. And I only ever had to really use strategy in a couple instances. Although I will have to mention that the artifacts, the game's big gimmick, do seem to have an effect because on my first playthrough of this demo, I installed the artifact that weakens magic abilities. And then I had a hard time with some fights, but the second time I skipped that, and then I was able to steamroll everything because I had really good magic skills. Now, how these artifacts work is you'll have crafting items which drop from enemies, and you'll dump them into these white spots. That will create an artifact which buffs either an area or the entire game. So you can go the whole game with, I don't know, maybe not having a world map or the health and turn icons for enemies. If you want, if you want to go for buffs. It's all player choice. The weird thing I didn't get was that when you did put down an artifact, it would open up parts of the map that were not only optional, but didn't really have much going on in them, so I was kind of wondering what the point was. I did like having the machines going around. For example, not because they like offered some really cool moves, they do. Classic X-Strike, if anything. But if a character who requires MP runs low on MP, you can put them in the machine and then you can use the VP, which is like the machine special energy source, to make things up until she levels up and gains her MP back. There's a lot of possible combinations between characters in and off their machines. It seems they're going for a morally gray story here, because the demo seems to focus on you raiding this camp full of rebels, and it kind of makes it seem like you're the bad guy. They're always screaming about their families and how they don't want to be captured or killed. Although if you do capture them all, you get a big payout. Although you don't know what's going to happen to those people. But yeah, so the characters' cool gimmicks are nice, but you can't really use them because the fights end soon. Such as this one guy who can summon bits. Like, that's what they're called, bits, which are like little energy charges, which can make certain skills better, but you never really got to use them, because all the enemies would die at that point. Soda, Dr. Pepper.